Dallas Mavericks fans, meet your new head coach. His name is Jason Kidd. We kind of seen this one coming from a mile away, so I'm really not surprised that they hired him. But now it's a reality, unlike what we were talking about a week ago. But yeah, it's now a reality. He is going to become the Mavericks' new head coach. And honestly, Mario, I can definitely see this working out. A little bit on Jason Kidd's coaching career. He has a career record of 183 to 190 as a head coach, so it's not the best in the world. He coached the Brooklyn Nets in 2013 and 14, and the Milwaukee Bucks from 2014 to 2018. And he has spent the last two seasons as an assistant with the Los Angeles Lakers and has a 9-15 playoff career, advancing to the second round in his lone season with the Nets. So he does have a pretty decent resume as a coach. Some can argue that it's not the best, but that's your opinion. And a little bit on Jason Kidd himself. Obviously, he's a Hall of Famer. I don't have to really explain a lot about him, but I'm going to anyways. He's a 10-time All-Star. He's won 5 assist titles. He was drafted by the Mavericks at number 2 overall in 1994. And then he was traded to the Phoenix Suns in December of 96 and returned to Dallas in 2008. And he had a couple of stints with both the Suns and the New Jersey Nets as well. And then after that, Mario, he went back to Dallas to win the title. Obviously, he was a part of that 2011 championship team. And he spent 5 more seasons with them in his second stint, forging strong relationships with Cuban and several others who remain in the Dallas front office and supports that to this very day, Mario. But yeah, overall, I look at this as a great hire. Let me go first, okay? Before I do, this article was written by Tim McMahon and AJ Wojnarowski. So let me go first, okay? First of all, congratulations to Jason Kidd and the Dallas Mavericks, and I wish him the best of luck. Like I mentioned before, some can argue that his coaching career really isn't the best. And you could make that case, but he has the playoff coach. He did coach the Lakers for the last couple of seasons, and he won an NBA title with them as their assistant. But here's why I think this is going to work out a lot better than those other stints. Here's why I think this is probably going to be his best coaching stint yet. Because he is with an organization he is familiar with. A lot of these guys that worked in the front office when he was still a player are still there. Dirk Nowitzki, we just talked about him a couple of days ago. He's now helping out the team as an advisor in the front office. Mark Cuban is still there. A lot of these players young, and I'm not sure if it was me that mentioned this or you that mentioned this, but he has a strong relationship with Luka Doncic, and they're very relatable. Their playing style is relatively similar. You know what I mean? So that can definitely work out in the Dallas Mavericks favor. Having a young coach like Jason Kidd, I think he's 48 years old. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, he's 48, so he's got time on his side. You know what I mean? I think Jason Kidd being with a franchise that he is so familiar with and being with those people that are still there, that were there with him when he was still a player, I think those right there are the main reasons why Jason Kidd's stint as a Dallas Mavericks coach will be the best stint he ever has. That's me personally, But yeah, overall, I look at this more, and honestly, I think the Dallas Mavericks are in a better situation now. I think now that they got Jason Kidd, now that they got Dirk Nowitzki, who, by the way, like I mentioned, two are very, very familiar with the franchise. Dirk just retired a few years ago. He spent like a couple years away from the sport. But here's the thing: that team, when it comes to the front office, the team really hasn't changed all that much. In his last couple of years, Luka came up in the league and he played with him for a couple of years, so he's familiar with Luka. He probably knows, what can go around Luka. Well, he can build around Luka and Kristaps Porzingis if he even stays. So I think the Dallas Mavericks are in a really great. I think they're in a lot better situation. The question is, how is it going to fan out? And I'm sure it'll fan out pretty good. So with that being said, going back to Jason Kidd, best of luck to him in Dallas. Again, congratulations to him, and best of luck to Dallas Mavericks. I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, first of all, best of luck to Jason Kidd in Dallas. Obviously, congratulations to him. Yeah, this was definitely seen coming, and almost everybody in Dallas wanted it to happen. Obviously Dirk really liked the idea. Mark Cuban really did like the idea. Even Rick Carlisle said, I hope the next coach of that team is Jason Kidd. So overall, I'm glad that Jason Kidd returned to Dallas. And as far as like the Luka Doncic comparison, I definitely see it, but the only difference is I think Luka's ceiling is much more higher.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's no disrespect to Jason Kidd's playing career. He had a great playing career. I just think Luka Doncic can reach a whole new level.
He'll just be like,
Right, absolutely. But overall, Nate, yeah, I mean, I believe he used to be I think Jason Kidd, he used to coach the Brooklyn Nets in 2013, 2014.
Right,
The
that was
Milwaukee
his only season with them.
from 2014 to 2018, and then he had spent the last two seasons as assistant coach for the Los Angeles Lakers. So overall, Nate, I mean, playoff record could be a lot better, but this is definitely Jason Kidd's chance to end up creating a big head coach and legacy in Dallas. Um, again, I mean, what Jason Kidd has accomplished, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. 10-time All Star. He won 5 assist titles. He was drafted number 2 overall pick and lived up to it. I mean, he's an NBA champion. So overall, Nate, Jason Kidd on this Dallas Mavericks team is definitely a win for this team. Obviously he's got some big shoes to fill with Rick Carlisle, but overall, when you get to play for a coach like that, you get to see like the good things that he was doing in his system, and you get to, and after leaving and going to Brooklyn and Milwaukee and then going to LA, you get to see different types of looks within the system, and you can apply your own system to it. So overall, I think all that time, because his head coaching stints in Brooklyn and Milwaukee, they weren't the best, Nate. They were decent, but they weren't the best. So when you really look at it, Nate, when you look at those two stints, after he ended up becoming an assistant coach under Frank Vogel for 2 years in LA, I feel like this time around it'll be a lot different. I think he could definitely turn the Dallas Mavericks into second round, third round, second round conference championship team. I can see him making the conference championship at least once. You know, I could definitely see that happening. But overall, I think this time around it's going to be a lot different. New talent in Dallas, and it's completely new different team. So overall, I think the future for Dallas so far, they've been making a couple right moves. They started with hiring Dirk as an advisor, then they hired Jason Kidd as a head coach, but there's still a lot more to go. You still got to find somebody to replace Donnie Nelson, which is going to be absolutely hard to do. But overall, I do wish the Dallas Mavericks the absolute best of luck. They made a couple good moves back to back, so congratulations to them and credit to them. And overall, Nate, I wish them the best of luck.